Hey everyone, how's it going, and welcome back to Robot Boy. And in this video we're going to be taking a look at Just Cause 4. Just Cause 4, guys, the upcoming entry into the Just Cause franchise by Avalanche Studios and Square Enix. I freaking love Just Cause. I remember buying every gaming magazine I could get my hands on back in 2009, waiting for Just Cause 2 to release. Looking at every screenshot, reading every article about it that I could in anticipation for the release of this ridiculously fun and innovative sandbox game. At the time, Just Cause 2's scope, scale and fun factor was off the charts, unheard of almost, and was easily one of the most hilarious and insanely enjoyable games on PS3. Just Cause 3's release in 2015 was also very fun, but in some ways not as much. Unfortunately, you could see a few corners were cut with gameplay mechanics, and some things were just completely absent from the game altogether compared to Just Cause 2. The world, albeit huge, was extremely repetitive in Just Cause 3, and the landscape had little to no large variation for the majority of the map. Just Cause 4, however, looks like it's taking all of these major issues from the third game, fixing them and adding back in the things that were missing, along with a plethora of new and exciting content that's getting me so excited in the same way that I was for Just Cause 2 back in 2009, 2010. A map with 4 biomes, a huge amount of ways to cause chaos and to be creative, customization, refined gun mechanics. This is what I hoped the sequel to Just Cause 2 would be, and it seems like we're finally going to get it in Just Cause 4. However, there are some pretty major issues that I have with the franchise as a whole, and these are some things that I'd like to outline today in order to share my concerns with you and hopefully help put the word out that these do need to be addressed and fixed for Just Cause 4. So number 1, the red screen health. By far the most frustrating thing about Just Cause's gameplay is the red screen health indication. In a game about creating massive cinematic destruction and fighting your way through unrealistic action scenarios, a lot of the time you can't actually see or hear these critical moments because you get hit one too many times and the screen goes into a horrible black, white and red screen with an overly loud heartbeat sound effect that just masks all of the epicness you're trying to witness. Having a health bar would be a much welcome addition to solve this problem, or at the very least only make you go to a red screen when you're on the very brink of death. It's always so annoying trying to pull off an awesome stunt or create an epic explosion, or watch something huge just collapse to the ground, only to be washed out from some random guy a mile away picking you off with a sniper rifle. This game is about unrealistic and over-the-top action, but I obviously don't expect Rico to be a Terminator and a bullet sponge for everything. Of course, he should take damage, it should be represented, but the action should take the center of attention and should be allowed to flow much better than it currently does by letting us take a fairly large amount of damage before saying, okay, you'd better find cover now. Ideally, after completing the main story, maybe even give us the option to make Rico invincible, so that we really can go all out crazy without any fear for dying. Of course, disable progression and trophies when it's active by all means, but at least have the option to do so. This actually leads us on to our next point as well. So number 2, Rico's movement. In order to avoid said red screen, we need more options to dodge the bullets, to dodge the explosions, and to dodge the carnage that's just all around us. Just being a bullet sponge isn't a good enough option to avoid being killed. Basic mechanics like sprinting, diving, and crouching are non-existent in Just Cause 3, but would have saved me so many times if I'd just been able to quickly dive behind a car or crouch behind a wall, instead of having to expose myself even more when I'm on low health by grappling out into the open in order to reach a rooftop or launch myself into the sky. It would also help make it slightly more immersive and make us want to engage in the ground combat more often. I've heard many people say, but why sprint when you can just grapple away? Sure, that's like saying, let's have Spider-Man only be able to walk in Spider-Man PS4 because he can web swing, so why would you not just web swing everywhere? No, removing it completely makes no sense. If you want to always grapple away, by all means do it, if that's how you want to play, if you don't like to move or use Rico's legs. But at least having the ability to sprint, or roll, or dodge would be great, especially in slightly tighter areas. The fact that grappling is the only real way to move around in Just Cause 3 is not good. It's not good gameplay design. I despise having to grapple 10 feet in front of me because it will take like 10 minutes just to get there if I walk. More movement equals more fluidity and more opportunity to look epic. Imagine sprinting full pelt away from a huge explosion, or diving behind a wall just as a flammable canister flies past your face. It would be epic. Number 3, unnecessarily difficult upgrade path. Now in Just Cause 3, in order to upgrade Rico in any way, you have to endure the most monotonous and boring challenges that just simply aren't fun and are just a chore more than anything. And all of this is to unlock basic things like being able to zoom in slightly on your gun or close your wingsuit to land. In Just Cause 4, I hope there is a more natural progression system that rewards you for playing the game and reaching milestones, as opposed to stepping out of the main gameplay for hours in order to jump back in with what you should have had in the very first place. Even let us use the Chaos Points to purchase abilities, seeing as Chaos Points serve absolutely no real purpose or have any value. Let us use those points to upgrade, make blowing stuff up actually come back and reward you. It's hard to enjoy the ultimate sandbox game when you have to wait half an hour, yes, half a freaking hour to spawn another vehicle. Why is that in Just Cause 3? I don't understand. Avalanche, please fix this. And number 4, driving, handling. Yes, driving. One of the most pointless things to do in Just Cause 3. And it's made even worse by the fact that every vehicle handles like a goddamn brick and has absolutely zero give in its physics. I get the vehicles blow up easily so as to look awesome, but when you're driving them, it'd be nice if they didn't explode upon immediate contact with a blade of grass. Additionally, the camera angles are horrible. We'd like to actually see what is happening around us, instead of having a 300mm zoom on the car from a mile away. Field of view options for the camera and much better physics for the cars in general will be much welcomed. I do actually thankfully believe that they have redesigned the vehicle physics for Just Cause 4, which is great to hear. Also, where did stunt jumping go? That was such a fun and cool little feature in Just Cause 2. I feel like there was a certain fluidity being able to move between vehicles in Just Cause 2 that in Just Cause 3 there just isn't. You can't jump around on the cars on Just Cause 3, you can't climb to the back, climb on the sides, jump from one to the other. I don't know why that was removed, so I hope that also comes back to the car mechanics in Just Cause 4. And a fifth, actually and final point, just quickly, a quicker loading time. 2 minutes to respawn after dying in a fast-paced action game is one of the most painful things to sit through. Hopefully though, thanks to the new Apex engine and the fact, it's 2018, this will be greatly improved from Just Cause 3. So that's it everyone, please do leave your ideas and your thoughts in the comments below. What are your main hopes for changes in Just Cause 4? Do you agree with the points I've raised in this video? As I say, this game is shaping up to be peak Just Cause experience. I just hope it doesn't get bogged down by these tiny details that can be extremely frustrating and disruptive at times. I can't wait for Just Cause 4 in December, and I hope to cover this game more as we get closer to launch, and I'll definitely be making some gameplay videos when it releases. This is my sort of first and only, and will be my only negative video on Just Cause 4. I love it. I just wanted to share my frustrations with the current game, and it's not a lot. It's 4 pretty simple fixes that I hope will change, and everything else so far is looking absolutely phenomenal, absolutely fantastic, and I can't wait to get my hands on the game. As always, please give the video a like if you enjoyed it, and do subscribe to join me on this journey if you haven't done so already. And with that, I'll see you all in the next video.